Well, welcome, boys and girls. Thank you for coming up here, because it's scary to come up here when you have a freaky old man doing this. So, over the past couple weeks, Pastors Mike and Elizabeth, they've been preaching on some of the prophets. And today, Pastor Elizabeth is going to be preaching on Joel. And prophets are kind of like people who kind of call out to the people of God and say, whoa, whoa, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. And they kind of call you back to God to live what God is doing. So think about it a little bit like if you're on the playground or something like that, and maybe you're doing something you shouldn't be, and somebody says, hey, we shouldn't be doing that. That's kind of like a prophet. So, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. So, my name is Jeff Tolsma. And do you know what sometimes people call me?
Naughty Jeff.
Yeah, that's right. That guy back there knows it. Sometimes they call me Naughty Jeff because I don't do things I'm supposed to do. So, I thought today, to kind of give you an example of what a prophet does, I'd give you an example. So if you noticed, if you read the bulletin, it says the person who's doing the children's sermon today is Miss Kim. So I thought I would do the children's sermon using Miss Kim's voice.
Jeff, stop.
Fine. That is Joel. Joel is a prophet. And he kind of keeps me, he says, don't do that. Okay, fine, Joel, I won't use Miss Kim's voice. I know what I'll do. I will give you a lesson from the Book of Mormon.
Jeff, stop.
Fine, I won't do the Book of Mormon. I know we could do a lesson. Let's go play the drums.
Jeff.
Fine, Joel. Joel always keeps telling me what I should do. Would you like to meet Joel? Yeah, come on up here, Joel. So let's interview Joel. Joel, if you haven't noticed, apparently is a big fan of the German soccer team.
Jeff.
Fine, okay. So, is it true, Joel, that you're a real Old Testament prophet?
Yes, that's correct.
So you were sent by God to pronounce judgment on the nation of Israel?
I was sent to the Israelites, yes, but I'm one of the minor prophets. People usually have a hard time remembering us.
But you got to do the whole doom and judgment thing, right? You went around saying, thus says the Lord.
Oh yes. I told the Israelites to weep, mourn, and despair. I told them the day of darkness and gloom was coming, because God was going to send an army to punish their sins.
All right. Now this is getting good. And was it a big army?
It sure was. I remember saying, before them the earth shakes, the sky trembles, and the sun and moon are darkened, and the stars will no longer shine.
Wow. Was it the Assyrians?
No.
It had to be the Babylonians then. I heard those guys would go nuts with their bronze swords and
Actually, it was a big army of locusts.
Locusts? You mean those mutated freak locusts from Revelations? The ones with heads like lions and tails like giant scorpions?
These were regular locusts. They were a couple inches long and ate plants.
Wait a minute. You, a big-time doom and gloom prophet, threatened Israel's with flying bugs? What kind of punishment was that?
There were millions and millions of locusts. They ate up every piece of vegetation in the whole country. They even stripped the bark away from trees so the branches looked like white bones rattling in the wind. That meant the animals had no food to eat, which meant the people ran out of food pretty quickly too.
That's kind of inconvenient. But
Also, the fact that God sent locusts was a very big deal because of what the bugs symbolized. Locusts were one of the 10 plagues God used to free the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Remember? So when they attacked Israel, it was like God saying, you guys have become as bad as the Egyptians because of your sin.
Well, that makes sense. I guess it was pretty cool punishment after all.
Are you crazy? It was a horrible tragedy. There wasn't anything cool about it. I think you've got the wrong idea about prophets. We never enjoy telling people the bad things that were going to happen. Except Jonah. That guy was a little off.
Okay. But wasn't it a little satisfying to be a messenger of God's wrath?
You're missing the point entirely. God didn't send us to yell at the Israelites. He sent us to warn them about the consequences of their sin and to give them a chance to ask for forgiveness. He was being merciful, not angry.
Yeah, I guess I do appreciate God forgiving my sins instead of sending flying insects after me.
Exactly.
Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it. So you kind of see what prophets are? They kind of help call us back to do what God calls us to be and all that we can become. I can tell you're thrilled. Maybe we should go back to the drum lesson again. No? Okay. You can go back to your parents now.